Wonderful afternoon. I just want to jump on a real quick live. I'm not going to be on it very long today, but I was finishing up doing a bit of gardening. I'm getting ready to take off. I'm going to be gone for a little while. So I have to water all of the plants, make sure all the plants are, ready and properly cared for, and make sure they're good to go. But that means I won't get to see this. This is my hibiscus amaryllis is coming to call. This one is about to bloom and it's going to be orange. But I'm looking at this bloom. I can already tell from looking at the outside of it, it's going to be like a deep, deep, dark orange, almost that brick color orange, almost red. Almost red. I wish I had an opportunity to see it bloom, but I will not get that opportunity. I'm leaving basically in the morning. This will need another day or two to really open up. I'm going to keep it under grow lights tonight, keep the lights on, hoping that may stimulate a little bit more growth. It's kind of got a bit of a lean on it, but that's a really long stem. The stem got a lot longer than I thought it was going to get. But I wanted to show this to you because I tell people all the time that these amaryllis, these hibiscus, that they bloom year round. Like this one is in bloom right now. I have several others outside which are starting to send up stalks. So they're going to bloom in midsummer and they're going to get them to bloom again in the fall. I'm going to go dormant around August, September, then break dormancy around November, maybe a little later, and then they'll be blooming again for me. So some of these I would get to bloom twice a year. I know that may sound a little weird, but you can see right here in the middle of June, this one is blooming, and I can't get those on the outside because they're in some really large pots. At the same time, I was doing a bit of walking around the garden, and I just said, let me just make a quick little bouquet. I haven't even put water on it yet, of what's growing in the garden and what's blooming right now. We have this beautiful pink garden rose. You can see this one is a semi-double petal. It's about to go over, but I wanted to add it in. White Asiatic lilies are blooming right now. This purple is actually a hosta bloom. It's blooming right now. Bowl of Beauty peony. Look at this, one of my favorite peonies because it's beautiful pink exterior, and look at that interior, that yellow. It's so nice and colorful. Here we have hot chocolate. This is a Peterbilt's rose, and I picked this one because it just has that red, dusky color. That's, if you hear anything in the background, that's one of my kids. They're outside, they're playing, and the youngest is yelling from outside through a window into her older sister. But look at that. Hot chocolate. When I saw this at Chelsea Flower Show, and I said, this is a magnificent rose. It's just that I'm not even a fan of red roses. I have another red rose which is blooming out there. I'm not a fan of red roses, but hot chocolate, just that dark, I don't even know what it is. It's not pastel, but it's a really dark color, and it's creamy, and I just love the name of it. I love that coloration. Tucked up under the hot chocolate is another Asiatic lily. This is blooming in the front yard. This is a dark orange Asiatic lily. And I just, this is not intended to be a magnificent vase, but again, because I'm not even really going to put water on these because I have to leave in the morning. As I mentioned, I've already had a couple other really wonderful bouquets that I had to take apart because we're going to be gone for such a long time. But today, as I was walking through the garden, I said, let me grab a couple flowers, take my shears out there, and just pull together a bouquet. But this is mostly just to show everyone what you can grow at home. You don't have to always go and buy flowers. If you plant properly, you can have some truly magnificent flowers. Thank you, Addison. I think you're saying, appreciate you saying that flowers are beautiful. Hello, hi, how's it going? But yeah, these are all blooming in the yard right now. These white Asiatic, look at that. That is, and just kind of an interior, you can see it's a bit of green in there. Asiatic lilies are really beautiful. You can get those crones early in the year. You can plant them. They come back year after year. These are about 2 to 3 years old. Every year they will get a little larger. And this is just such a beautiful bloom. But the thing about it, you have to get these in full sun. If you don't get them in full sun, that stalk is going to grow and it's going to lean. Just like you see, this is leaning a little bit, trying to lean towards the sun. So this one's a really tall one. So you can get the more dwarf with a little more stockier, thick stems. They won't lean as much, but this one is leaning just a little bit. But I only want to take out one bloom. Beautiful. Hosta, typically, that almost looks like a English bluebell, right? That almost looks like a bluebell if it was tilted over a little bit more. I know the shape is a little bit different, the color is off, but it gives you a little bit of that thought. Hosta is typically grown for foliage, but they can produce a nice bloom. Typically, the hosta blooms that I see, they're more white, but this is a beautiful purple hosta, kind of a lilac color, nice hosta bloom there. This pink rose, oh my gosh, this rose here, and the petals are falling off. This rose bush is massive. It covers across the front of the house onto part of the front door. And it blooms from now. It started about a month ago. And this will bloom all the way. We've had this thing blooming to December, all the way to December. That is a magnificent amount of blooms that this one flower kicks off. Now, of course, you get that largest flush in the spring, late spring, that's right now. But throughout the summer, it will continue to have bloom heads and it will bloom. And we've had to go through the summer, into the fall, late fall, early winter, all the way into December. We've had this blooming. And it's fascinating to see this continue to bloom, even after some of the leaves are falling off, still blooming. But I did miss one flower in this little bouquet. And this in the interior, let me pick this up and take this out. Just kind of, again, this is just to show, because these are unfortunately not going to be able to go in the water. I'm leaving. This is a begonia bloom. This is from one of the flowers in the house here. So let me show you. Let me get over here and grab this one. Oh, if I can get it without disturbing it too much. Oh, it fell over. This begonia, which is kind of growing in this way. This is the begonia, and it produced that yellow flower. And it's just kind of draping over, and it's falling this way. It's kind of turned down, and that's where the grow light is. You can kind of see it under that flower, but it's just falling over. I wish, and it drips down, but this is a beautiful begonia. Most people plant these outside. I planted it, I guess, early spring indoors. I'm going to indoors. It may go dormant for me, but I have a lot of great begonia. And again, this is an outdoor begonia, but I brought it inside. I just thought it'd be really cool inside. I have other ones growing outside, but this was really cool. And I love begonia indoors. I have some nice. So the leaves are draping, but the leaves are dropped over primarily because it was repotted today. But I got this begonia. Look at that leaf. Look at that. It's all furry and fuzzy. And when I saw this in the store, I said I had to get this one. This is Begonia Sizemore. Begonia Sizemore. And it's massive. This is going to be so big and beautiful. Just repotted it today, so it's not looking that great. That's why it's a little wilted. But I had to get it. Normally this is more upright like this. Just the coloration, kind of a Begonia Rex, the coloration, the fact that it's so furry. So pick that up. This is going to do really great. Again, going to be gone for a while. Let's get that back in place there. I'm going to be on the move for a little while, so I won't be able to, be here. But I'm planning to jump on live from where I'm at. Going to be in Washington, D.C. for about a week. Going to stop by the Washington, D.C. Botanical Garden. Definitely going to spend some time there. There's a presentation that I actually want to see there as well. And then I'm going to see some other gardens. I'm also setting up with interviews with gardeners across the trips over the next 20 days. There's another garden I already have an interview set up. They're growing basically vegetables. I wanted to cover just a classic Southern vegetable garden. And I've been told that this is a really nice classic Southern vegetable garden, American South, collard greens, cabbage. And I want to see what else they have. Hopefully have some nice peppers. So I want to take a look at that garden as well, and not throw it up on the channel. But I plan to go live periodically. I may just go live and pull together some bouquets. I have a nice bouquet video coming up. I think here tomorrow is the first one. This is just something I just threw together really quick. Normally I would not do this many colors because this is kind of rainbowish. Too many colors. It's just kind of a wildflower type look, but I think it come together even well, even though I was just kind of throwing some things in the vase. But I'm starting to get into doing more bouquets like this, and you'll see some of that up on the channel. The next one's coming up. I'm highlighting the South African protea, and I think that video is coming out tomorrow. But I just want to jump on live here real quick to say, unfortunately, I'm not going to get to see this hibiscus bloom. I was really hoping I would get to see it bloom. It's a magnificent flower. You're just going to have 1, 2, 3 individual flower heads right there. So 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be that dark color. You can kind of see that reddish orange. It's a little more red than it is orange. However, it's not fully open. When it opens all the way up, it may open up to be more of an orange color, because orange is what I bought it for. I bought it because it was orange. But right now it's kind of like a reddish orange, but it's gonna be really pretty. I just wanted to show it off because unfortunately, by the time I get back, it will have bloomed and all the petals would have fallen off. So I'm gonna miss it. I hate that I'm gonna miss it. I wish I could set up a camera in here so I could see it, but I won't be able to do that. But yeah, this is it. I want to show it to you. And this is what's blooming outside in the garden. Just a wonderful array of colors. And this to me, this is what it's all about. I do like to cut flowers out of my own garden because I think you can have some great combinations if you plant properly. And I have one of my favorite peonies again, which is Bowl of Beauty. It's a really great one. So hey guys, this is gonna be a really, really short. Unfortunately, short live. It's not a short, it's a short live. This is gonna be a really short live because again, I am packing. Got the whole family, we're getting packed up. We are flying out tomorrow. By tomorrow evening, we will be back in the United States if all goes well. We'll be back in the US. We're going to be there for roughly 20 plus days. And then we're going to come back. So we won't make it back here until pretty much right in August before we're coming back. So I had to shut everything down, get all the plants watered. Got people going to come in and check on them, make sure all the fish tanks are all together. But yeah, right now it's all about focusing on getting the kids. Unfortunately, and I said, let me jump on a live. Hey, babe. So I just knew that I would not be able to get to see this bloom. I had mentioned in the earlier live that I was going to show this as soon as it bloomed. Won't be able to show it. Hope everyone has a good afternoon, good day. And I will jump back in here again with you. I'm not sure when it'll be, but I got to get these little guys taken care of. And I'll talk to you all later. Take care.